Okay. You guys know this was the one you wanted to see. You know you want, like, if there's one Pokemon you want me to talk about, it's this guy. First off, though, I gotta say good morning. Gotta say, I hope you're all having another beautiful day on this planet, enjoying life, living it to the fullest, all of that. Because this is a great life. It's a great life because you can have a Charizard. You can, I mean, not physically, like, we're not that, life isn't that good. But you, as a, a gamer, like in this virtual reality, can obtain this tiny little chameleon. You can, like, say, fuck that Squirtle, fuck that dinosaur plant thing. I want this chameleon with a flame on its tail. And then you say, okay, I'm gonna train him up. I'm gonna beef him up. He's gonna hit the weights. He's gonna be a strong boy. He's going places. Yeah, get ripped. Oh, he's a Charmeleon now. Yeah, momentum. And then it's like, holy shit, he grew wings. He's flying around the goddamn place. Seismic tossing fucking Magmars, throwing motherfuckers around. Just creating a havoc. He's living out in this land full of Charizards. I have a level 100 Charizard. That is, like, probably the coolest thing about me, is I have a level 100 Charizard. And he's not even, like, a great Charizard. Like, all his moves are literally just, like, bullshit fire moves. Like, Overheat and, like, Flamethrower. Like, I was like, if I fight anything that isn't, like, a grass type, I am fucked. But anyway, yeah. Charizard, ultimate beast Pokemon. Probably in my top 10, probably in, that's really hard to say, but one of the greatest Pokemon to ever live. He is iconic. He is, like, one of the most referenced Pokemon. Go hard like a Charizard. He is, again, top tier Pokemon. And when you ask, like, a normal person, what's your favorite Pokemon? Pikachu, what's your favorite Pokemon? What's your favorite Pokemon? Like, Mewtwo, what's your favorite Pokemon? Charizard. You're gonna hear Charizard a lot. And that's because everyone fucking loves Charizard. Charizard, let's talk about his design. First off, everything I like about Charmander, the color scheme, it's there. Everything I like about, like, Charmeleon with, like, his, like, beefy, like, set and his little bony structure. He looks like a dinosaur. You guys know I loved dinosaurs as a kid. All of that, it's perfectly there. It's on par. And on top of that, he grew motherfucking wings, like, out of nowhere. He's a flying type now. He's a fire flying type. So not only can you, like, set the world aflame, but you can do it from the skies above with this guy. Like, he looks like a fucking monster. Like, it's Pocket Monsters, and he looks like a goddamn monster. And look at his shiny form. You know that they care way more about Charizard than they do the other fucking... than they do Blastoise and Venusaur. Not only because Pokemon Red is, like, the game that everyone played, because Charizard is dope, and because, the color red, but just look at his shiny form. Like, if you look at Venusaur's shiny form, they just colored him green. And then look at Charizard. They gave him he's fucking black. You can have a black Charizard with, like, blood red wings. Like you're in a gothic film or something. Like, that is crazy to me. And then he has 2 mega forms. He is one of 2 Pokemon ever to have, like, multiple mega forms. Mewtwo had it, and then Charizard has it. And let's talk about his mega forms. I don't like either of them, but I kind of love both of them at the same time. When you look at his mega, I think his X form, right? His X form is very similar to his shiny form, where it's black, but his underbelly is like this bluish color, whereas his underbelly was, like, kind of white in his shiny form. But he has a blue underbelly, and his wings become, like, sharper, and, like, they have a blue color now. He looks kind of like a vampire bat fire thing. Very edgy. Like, he has these, like, shoulder things I'm not a fan of now. And he also, like, the most controversial thing about him is, like, he has literal, like, flames emerging from his mouth at all times, like blue flames. And it looks cool. It kind of looks like a weird mustache. And, you know, he's really spiky now. It's kind of unnecessary. Like, it's a little too edgy. But at the same time, it's kind of just like, if you're in an edgy mood, then this is your boy. And I'm not gonna lie, if you watch Pokemon The Origin, there is a Mega Charizard in that story. Literally the story of Pokemon The Origin. It's like retelling the video games, and obviously there isn't Mega Forms in the original Pokemon games. But since they were around for this little short series, they were like, okay, what are we gonna do here? They're like, okay, and this was like one of the first times we ever saw Mega Evolution. It was dope. It was dope. He meets Mewtwo, and it's just like in the game. Like, it's so epic. Like, it's so, like, surreal to see this in anime form. And then, like, there's this great moment where he's, like, underwater with Charizard, which, by the way, if his flame goes out, he doesn't die. He's underwater in this scene. But he emerges from the water with Charizard, and he is now Mega Charizard X. Defeats Mewtwo, captures him. Epic, epic, epic. I love it. And that's all I have to say about his X form. His Y form, his female form, which, by the way, the shiny Mega Charizard X is so edgy too. It's like green. But his shiny form or his Mega Charizard Y form, you can have like 5 different forms of Charizard. It's great. But Mega Charizard Y. Literally, this is like kind of the female form, and it's kind of like the dinosaur form. Like, the spikes on his head are super dinosaur-y. His wings are kind of like tattered now, and they have like a single spike to them. It looks like a straight up dinosaur. I actually prefer this form. And not only are his wings better, like literally he has like these little Aerodactyl or pterodactyl web. What are those things called? Like, it's like webbed feet, but you know what it is. Those when they're like wing flaps. I don't know what to call them on his wrists. I really like that. That's a cool design. And then the shiny form of the Mega Charizard Y is literally just like black and red. Like, it looks like the normal shiny version. Interesting stuff. So, some interesting facts. His Japanese name is Lizardon, which is a reference to lizard. His French name is Drakafu, and his German name is Glurak. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And most of your Charizards are going to be male. That's 87% male. And he is 5'7", so Charizard's actually shorter than a lot of people think. Like, he's only 5'7", so like he's shorter than, like, I remember seeing a J-Witz video, and he was like, so Justin Bieber is taller than a Charizard. Like, people like think of Charizard, you obviously think you're on his back, like he's like, which looks super uncomfortable. But people imagine they're riding Charizard, and they're just having a jolly old time. But Charizard's a short dude. I'm taller than Charizard. Just saying. But yeah, and in the anime, obviously there was this huge growing period, and then big pop for when he showed up in Pokemon the third movie, the fight with the clone Charizard in the first movie, he was in the second movie. It's like he was such a fan favorite that the movie series was like, okay, what are we gonna do without Charizard? It was like, okay, we gotta drag him out of we gotta reference the actual show just so we can drag him out of like this loop area thing we got him in. And Ash should always have Charizard. Like, why would you not have him have Charizard all the time? Like, that should be like a part of the show. Like, he should always have Pikachu, Charizard. That's like the two most iconic characters like Ash could have. And I know that there's like like Red from the Pokemon games, he had a Charizard. But he had, Venusaur Blastoise. So it was like, but I don't know. Like, that's just something I believe. But Charizard, one of the best Pokemon, because not only is he like, again, he's simple designed. He's literally just a dragon, like, and I love the fact that Lance has Charizard, even though he's not a dragon type. But he also has Gyarados, so it's like, whatever. It's just one of those things you're just kind of like, whatever about. But he does have to balance his team, so he's actually a difficult champion. That way you can't just run in there with ice types and get, like just destroy him. So it makes sense. He has dragon-like Pokemon. But anyway, Charizard is a beast incarnate. I love his moment in Pokemon Snap. I love him in the anime, in the games. Obviously, I got a level 100 Charizard. Obviously, I like him. Obviously, like, I raised him from start to finish. That says something about me and says something about Charizard. He is one of the greatest Pokemon. And when people, like, when normies, when the casuals, say, oh, he's my favorite, it's warranted. Like, it's okay. Like, I don't get upset about it like some people do. Charizard is dope as fuck, and I know there's a lot of hipsters who hate on Charizard. Fuck that. Dope. Like, who doesn't like fucking dinosaurs? Who doesn't like dragons? Who doesn't like fire? He's an edgelord. He is like the perfect Pokemon. He is simple. You can draw him. Everything I like about Pokemon, I can say about Charizard. He is dope as shit. I love Charizard. Go hard like a Charizard. Anyway, I think I've gushed enough about Charizard. And again, I have to record a bunch of these, so I don't want to dwell too much on this. But those are my thoughts on Charizard. He is one of the greatest Pokemon to grace the video games, and I can't say enough about him. Anyway, that's why I love Charizard so much. Thank you for watching as always. You guys are the best listeners ever. And I'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Good Morning Soul. And we have the Squirtle family tree next. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Thank you for watching as always. And with that, I leave you.